It'd be better if I could get my hand to do what I want it to do. Other than that, just kind of tired. Been kind of a long, draggy week. Ready for it to be over. Me wow. I just want to call you me wowed. Hey, Allie. I'm just going to call you Allie. How are you? I don't know that one. Come and get your... That song now, every time I hear it, I just think of Star-Lord dancing around in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Your fingers are still swollen? Yeah. Ice them down. Okay, that's just... All right, good luck, man. I don't know what that is. Powie's hardcore piano player. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up here. I don't know what Lazy Eye is. Well, it Gary. I don't know that one. Yeah. The Lucille's in the other room. That's why I'm just chill right now. Admiral Kirk, I think Spock thinks you're the crackhead. I don't know any Chris Cornell songs. Jonathan Renter. Hey, Callum Booth. I don't know Black Betty, I'm sorry. Don't know Dream On. Don't know Believer. No. I've not seen Chef. You mean with Jon Favreau, the movie? I don't know the Rough Rider anthem. Elwin. Yeah, I caught you. I said I don't know Dream On. I don't know Neck Knee. I don't know Circle by Ghost. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know any Foo Fighters. I'll have to figure some out. Amrita, Shankar. I think you meant Yo Pops. Pops is what I call my dad, so maybe refrain from calling me that. Hey, Bentley. Hey, Ro. How you guys doing? I don't know that one either, Allie. Play a favorite song of mine from the mid-90s? Okay. Okay. I'm not left-handed. It's the fucking YouTube camera. you look at the video I posted from last night, it says I'm right-handed. I don't know Crazy Train, sorry. You can get one of these anywhere. Epiphone makes the model, Gibson makes the model. It just depends on what's in your budget. But they're out there. This one's from 2017. But basically, if you want a SG Junior, just look for like the most popular model is like a 63 reissue for these. Oh, it's somebody's birthday? Tell N happy birthday. Thank you, Seven Ghosts. Thank you. I just did, bud. Thank you, Scott Hendricks. Burke, what's happening? I don't know Thunderstruck, man. Thank you, Scott Hendricks. Nico, just ask me nicely whatever request you want to ask. Yeah, I know some Stevie Ray. What's my favorite riff? I'm partial to the Lemon song. That's one I play a lot. partially because I just like the turnaround like. I don't hear too many people play it quite like that on the internet. I mean, my version is like a hybrid of the Black Crowes with Jimmy Page live at the Greek and Led Zeppelin 2 and some other shit that I've heard along the way from Jimmy. Thank you, Ampersand. I appreciate that. Scott Hendricks, it is. It's a Sword STR tremolo. The amp has onboard reverb and tremolo. Both are tube and real spring reverb, yeah. Don't know either of those, Nico. Scott, if you go to swordamps.com and go under the STR tremolo model, it's a 5-watt amp model. You'll see it's a 112 tube amp with reverb and tremolo. That's my model, except I made some modifications to the model. There's 2 mods. They're called the Soulcactus mods. They're not advertised on his website. You'd have to write Sword Amps and say, hey, I want this amp with the Soulcactus mods. I want the STR tremolo with the Soulcactus mods. And he'll know you want a 110 Jensen P10R Alnico speaker in the amp. And he'll have it wired up with an EL34 power tube instead of the 6L6. You'll still be able to swap out the EL34 for a 6V6. But it'll sound a little bit more edgy because of the EL34. Yes, Tom. I'm very aware. I'll let Jeffrey Dean Moore. Somebody should tell him, hey, do you know there's a guy that looks like you that plays guitar on the YouTube? I'm waiting for that to happen. Hail to the cream. Don't know Barracuda. Hey, Casey. Do I know any blues? Yeah, shit tons. That's Muddy Waters. Yeah, lots of B.B. King, actually. But not everything is recognizable. That's a B.B. King tune. It's on this record completely well. I think it's called You're Losing Me. Yeah. Which has the, this is the record that has The Thrill Is Gone. I don't know how to play Slipknot stuff. WP, sorry I missed you last night. Hey Astrid, how are you? Don't know any Guns N' Roses. Your mail. Richie Blackmore, alright. Hey Josh M, how are you? Play the Imperial March? That's funny. Don't know that Buddy Guy song. Thanks Mike, I appreciate that. Squeeze me. Hey Mason. Hey Bo. Bo, I don't know Cliffs of Dover, I'm sorry. Hey Armando. Guys, is it possible to get some more likes up on the fucking board? Because there's like 88 of you in the room and there's only 28 of these. Hey Kev, what's happening? Yes, I'm aware that B.B. King had that song. I used to play professionally, Evan. I have severe carpal tunnel syndrome, and last October I was told that I could no longer play professionally by my physician. So, if you want to see old band videos, they're down below. I mean, I've played in a lot more bands than what's posted, but unfortunately, like, I played in a time when I started in 1993, there wasn't smartphones in everybody's pocket. Like, getting yourself on video was really challenging in those days. You'd basically have to have a friend show up with a video camera, and that was a pain in the ass. I think I've earned the likes. Sorry. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the respect thing. Thought that was kind of fucking rude myself, actually. Gee, Waver, punk music is really not my thing, but thank you. Hey, Chevalier, what's happening? Hey, Eileen, how are you? Hola. Santos 84, Jackie. Question, I don't know how to play Green Day, sorry. Thanks, Waver, I appreciate that. But I'll throw up some more, I've got some more live concert footage that I'll throw up, and one or two other things, bands that I've played in. But can I play Lonely as the Night by Billy Squier, Sean Turner? No. I actually don't know any Billy Squier, but I love that record. Don't Say No. I grew up with it. Trying to play one that I haven't played in a while, so memory tends to get a little stretched and foggy. Thank you, Ellen. Eileen, sorry. Thank you, Evan. Have a good day, bud. Thank you, Waver. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. If you want to purchase some of my music, you can at my Patreon page, patreon.com/Larry Soulcactus. If you want to support the channel, obviously the best thing to do is hit the like button, hit the subscribe thing. just wrote that right fucking now. That's brand new. You're welcome. When people say it doesn't take much, they're not joking. Like, I'm not joking when I say it does not take much to write a song, to play a note. You just need to have the ability to do it and the will to want to do it. That's all. Thanks, man. Twin TR, hello. Hey, Tony DiCaprio, how are you? PB. Yeah, I don't wear my glasses on stage, dude. Look at the videos below. And they're readers, so I mean, like, I don't like to read lyrics off of a music stand when I sing and play. If I flub the line, I flub the line, or if I forget the verse, I'll just repeat something I already sang. But I come from the generation of, like, you memorized the shit, you went out, you played it. You didn't sit up there reading lyrics off of an iPad or whatever have you. I mean, I've done it in the past, and it just doesn't look good in my professional opinion. I mean, but I see it time and time again. I see a lot of singers that play in a lot of cover bands that use an iPod or iPad, whatever the fuck. Not an iPad, excuse me. Or they just, pull lyric sheets off. They have a binder that they pull out and put on a music stand, whatever. I just think if you're gonna do it, you're gonna, I never understood that about singers personally. Like, everybody else in the band has memorized the shit. Like, we're not following along to pieces of paper on the music stand. We're playing with nothing in front of us. But lead singers I've seen time and time again, especially in cover bands, I think it's because they probably play a lot of different tunes, and it'd be impossible to memorize those tunes. But don't tell that to Mick Jagger, because he'll probably crucify you for it. Yeah, paper still works, but I mean, it's like, again, you're putting a music stand with something in front of you, and as a lead singer, you're kind of there to, like, perform and not be tethered to the music stand or the lyrics. So I think you'd have a better time if you memorized those and just went out and put on a show. It's hard to get into seeing someone up there looking at an iPad or whatever and singing. Their attention is distracted, and so they're not able to give the audience their full attention. That's the other thing. That's the problem with that, in my opinion. And I think that, like, if you're going to be out playing and entertaining, you should give the audience your full attention. Hey, Gigi from Italy, what's happening? Set list on the floor is a different thing. I'd give set lists out at the beginning of the set, whatever. I would just have it off I'd have it on top of my amp. And I would just go back and look at it. And be like, okay, I got the first 3 songs or whatever. I know what it is, okay? Yeah, I like Johnny Lang, and I agree. Trump is an asshole and the dumbest motherfucker on God's green earth. Get that through your thick head. He's gone, Mike. Sorry, I didn't catch it. I was busy playing Badge. Please. Hey, Amro, what's happening? Sorry, I didn't see you there. Okay, we're caught up. All right. Hey, Amit. The only other thing I wanted to rap about today was I watched, before I turned the camera on, I watched a video on Joe Bonamassa, him saying about, he was talking about like getting older and like his back is a concern, and I guess he's got a lot of stairs in his LA place or whatever. And so like, you know, every time he goes to jam, he's just like, I don't really like to take an amp if I don't have to. If I know like what they have at the house is fine, like a deluxe reverb or, you know, a twin reverb or a super reverb. He's just like, I'll gladly use one of those. He's like, the only way that I'll bring an amp is if I think the situation like calls for it. He's just like, but I don't want to have to bring it if I don't have to. And I can totally agree with that and sympathize. If, you know, like, unless you're like really diehard on your sound or whatever, or you're going to go like do more than just sit in for a few tunes. If you're actually going to go sit in with a band for like a set of music, yeah, I could see you wanting to bring your, you know, a small amp or whatever if it's not a real loud situation. You know, even if it was, you could probably still get away with something like a Tweet Deluxe or whatever. But his basic point was just like, you know, I evaluate the situation, and based on that, I decide whether or not what I'm going to take in terms of, you know, guitar, pedals, and amp. Or, you know, what amp do I need for this situation? This is the amp they have down there. Is that going to cut it for what I'm going to do? Yeah, that'll work. You know? Like, if I went out and toured across the country, you know, I'm some places I would just use, if they have a deluxe reverb or whatever, like whatever Fender Blackface amp they had, that's what I would probably use. If they had a Blues Junior, I'd probably use that. I don't know. But if it's a choice of like deluxe reverb or Blues Junior, I'm choosing the deluxe reverb. Because that's going to be closest to the sound that I have here. So I totally understand where Joe's coming from, and hopefully I'm passing on some good advice to you guys. Is it really pays to have multiple amps if you can afford to do so. You should have a small, medium, and large amp. And what I mean by that is you should have something in like the 5-10 watt range, and then have something in the 20 watt range. And if you need to go higher, you can always jump up to 30 or 50. But that tends to get really loud really fast. I use a 5 watt amp, and I have a 20 watt amp. Personally, I like using the 5 watt amp. Just because I can always get my sound. I can turn it up halfway and use the pedals the rest of the way to get my tone there. And, you know, it's very simple. I just have volume and tone. The other knobs are for reverb and tremolo, speed and intensity. Hey, Eddie. Mr. Wayne, what's happening? No, tube amp. Pedal is an analog delay. That's the only other pedal I'm using right now. If I turn it off, so that's just a reverb. Turn off the reverb. Yeah, dude, you use tubes and water, you'll get electrocuted, man. This amp actually does not have numbers on it, champ, but my Soulcactus amp goes to 12. Goes one louder. So take that, Nigel Tufnell. Albert King or Albert Collins or Albert Lee? Most tweed amps go to 12, Weaver. The Swartz just don't have anything on them number-wise, but you know, they're based off of tweed circuitry. Yeah, Albert King. Okay. That's Albert King bending. right this second, but it will after I get done. All right, guys. I think we can call it a day. We've lost all our audience for the most part, so that's all good. That's what I was hoping to achieve. So appreciate if you hit that like button. New to the channel, subscribe. I'll be back later on with another live stream. I'll shoot for 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bad channel. All right? Be cool, guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to the ones around you. All right? Peace out. Bye-bye.